Coming up, preparing for the unexpected, we take you inside a mock drill at Keesler involving a collision during an air show. But first, stunning new drone video shows the destruction at Notre Dame Cathedral as the French president vows to rebuild within 5 years. It shows a giant gaping hope at the top of the burned cathedral. Nearly $1 billion has already been pledged to rebuild Notre Dame after this week's devastating fire. Ian Lee is in Paris with the French president's plan to resurrect the sacred structure. This morning, Keesler Air Force Base and Biloxi law enforcement practiced their plan for the upcoming air show. This plan focused on if a collision happened. Bill Snyder reports. Let's now check in with meteorologist Kerry Duncan for a look at today's weather. And looking ahead to football season tonight, we'll get our first look at the Saints' upcoming schedule. The NFL is set to release schedules for all teams at 7. We will have a complete breakdown on the 2019 season on WLOX News Now at 10. And this morning, the Palace cut the ribbon on a Gulf Coast first of its kind. Chet Landry shows us the new edition. And tickets are now on sale for 3 big events, all surrounding this year's Southern League All-Star Game. You can get a ticket to the opening night gala, the All-Star Luncheon, or the post-game party. Sales started just an hour ago, and 2 of the events happened before this year's All-Star Game at MGM Park, and 1 right after. The game will be Tuesday, June 18th. Tickets for that game are already on sale. And meanwhile, the Shuckers are in the middle of a series with the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Right now, the series is tied up with both teams with 1 win. And tonight, the Shuckers are hoping to take the lead. The first pitch is set for 6:35 at MGM Park. In making headlines around the world this morning, Attorney General William Barr issues new rules which could leave thousands of immigrants seeking asylum behind bars while their cases are being considered. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House. The ACLU says it will file a legal challenge to Attorney General Barr's ruling. Up next on Midday, the urgent manhunt underway for a woman authorities say is infatuated with the Columbine massacre. Happening now, the FBI is searching for a young woman accused of threatening schools in the Denver area. At least 18 districts closed hundreds of schools for today. This all happening just a few days before the anniversary of the Columbine high school shootings. Barry Peterson reports from the FBI office in Denver. Pais apparently purchased her shotgun legally. Officials say they don't have any specific information on what charges might be leveled against her once she's found, but they'll hold her as long as they legally can. And as drone use becomes more popular, drone safety becomes more critical. Coming up next on Midday, how kids are being trained to fly drones in step with FAA regulations. New at midday, Sony cracking down on sexually explicit content in video games. The Wall Street Journal reports the company says it's concerned about the depiction of women in some PlayStation 4 games. It also says it's causing an issue for problem software developers. Sony says it has created guidelines so creators can offer well-balanced content on the platform. And Facebook Messenger is rolling out a dark mode. This mode switches the color of the chat display from black to white. Users are now able to turn on dark mode through a toggle switch in their settings through their profile photo. Fans of dark mode say it cuts down on glare, while Google claims the mode could help save on battery life on Android phones. And the number of drones piloted by regular Americans has taken off in recent years. The Federal Aviation Administration predicts that by 2020, there will be 2.4 million drones and over 300,000 remote pilots. Many of them will be children. Mola Langhi takes a look at how the next generation of pilots are being trained. Any drone over about a half a pound has to be registered with the FAA. Up next, a pack of robotic dogs perform quite a feat of strength. You'll want to see this video. A new robot getting a lot of attention for its design and what it can do. Take a look at this. A group of 4-legged robot dogs tethered together pulled a truck through a parking lot. The Spot mini robot weighs about 60 pounds, is electric powered, and can operate for up to an hour and a half at a time. The company behind this remarkable robot, Boston Dynamics, says Spot Mini is fitted with a multi-purpose arm used for picking up and handling objects. It also has multiple sensors that survey things around it and keep it stable. And a high school in New Jersey is helping its local police department by having its students design an obstacle course needed for K-9 training units. Check out this. Carpentry students at Pennsauken High have been carefully working on a project for months. Police say agility courses are imperative for training K-9s, but they're also very expensive. This idea was born when a K-9 officer was talking with the school district superintendent about the cost of a course. There's an official ceremony planned next month to present the obstacle course in time for National Police Week. And looking for something to do this weekend? How about taking a trip to visit a U.S. national park? The National Park Service says it will kick off National Park Week by waiving all entrance fees on Saturday. That means admission to more than 400 National Park Service sites will be free. This year, National Park Week runs from Saturday through the 28th. There will be several theme days to mark the event, including Military and Veterans Recognition Day on Sunday and Bark Ranger Day for pets on the 27th. A New Jersey man is thanking everyone with a billboard of his own. This after his two sons rented a billboard to ask people to call or text their dad to wish him a happy birthday. Remember this billboard we showed you just last month? Chris Ferry decided to thank his sons in an equally public way. Billboard Dad thanked the 250,000 people who called and texted him to wish him a happy birthday. Ferry says now he gets recognized in public. And coming up, we take one last look at today's weather. All right, so tell us about today's weather, Carrie.
All right, thanks for joining us.